system.
I'm trying to think now. It's so interesting last episode, if that was Helena, that she was making fun of the story. It's so two-faced, isn't it? I am going to be interested to kind of know and learn, actually, how much was Helena. The Glasgow switch thing, we'll see. Because, I mean, I feel like Helena, Helliar doesn't matter. That body is important, obviously, to Lumon. So Irving doing what he did, regardless of, you know, which one she was still bad and probably still is why Seth did what he did and killed Irving. So it's like, it's still kind of up in the air how much of her was her.
Remove the Glasgow block now.
Glasgow block, yeah. No more Irving then. Is he going to get replaced? Wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald. Oh. Who are you? Exports hall. They send a guy. This is the guy, huh? Okay, we're not seeing his face. Oh god.
Thank you.
Got a creepy voice, hasn't he? Yeah, I do feel like we need to see the basement this season. I mean, look, we're clearly working towards Gemma, so... Yeah, and what happened? What changed? Why do we have a guy now? Why aren't you showing me his face? Okay. Interesting. Do I want to ask what that is? God, Homelander, flashbacks, dear lord.
You need to get your dryer fixed.
Yeah, or you could just, like, not live here.
Is she?
Think they're watching us?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't remembered anything else.
Oh.
Right. Well, maybe he already has.
Okay. Yeah, so he's still in the transitional process of reintegration. It's not taken yet. Doesn't quite have all the memories, not quite. Which I'm quite glad for, actually, because it did muddy the waters a little bit of him having sex with Helly last episode, which I'm glad to know that at least from his perspective that's not been compromised morally, because I feel like it is a little bit weird if outside Mark, and I don't think outside Mark would have even done it in the first place, so you know, there's that too.
Will I be updating father later?
There is an element as well of like her using inside Mark, you know, considering as well that they are like children. Let that sink in, and what she used him for. There's something really disgusting, actually, about consent there, and the trickery going on.
We have decided to spare him knowledge of this contretemps.
Oh, I like how you said it, mate.
Well, please let him know that his daughter is alive and well.
The medical team says your tempers will rebalance quickly.
Okay.
What's he at? 78%?
Right, Cold Harbor.
Any who tried to kill me, and then the other one tried to kill me. They're animals.
Oofed. God damn. What, like outside people don't try and kill each other either? Dude, relax.
Just fake it again.
We can't take that chance.
Right, so she was fake. Okay, good. Confirmation. God, sorry. Whew, very much going back and forth on that. I wasn't quite sure, which would have made me look very stupid considering how much I celebrated last episode. This is true. But no, she was faking that, but they're talking about she needs to go down as Helena.
Milchick's many errors this weekend have forced our hand.
Yo, got a beautiful voice. I gotta be honest with you, mate. Can we have you sing the Care National Anthem thing? Because I feel like it might change my life. Sorry. Also, though, yeah, Milchick, I do feel like messed up. Are we going to insert Cobell?
And father approves.
Father encouraged it.
Oh, he's your father too. Or there's a weird relationship going on. Could be either, really, with these guys, couldn't it?
Mark S. won't work without her.
And the work is mysterious and important. Give him her.
Wow. How does it feel, Helena, to be used? Because that's what you're doing to all of them. Oh, man, she jump scares me every time. Yeah.
Good morning, Helliar.
Horrifying.
Who the are you?
You've never met her. No, the whole time. I was so right. Oh my god. That's crazy though. That is so crazy. I love it. I love that. Does she not even remember the lakeside? The pond?
I'm Miss Swung.
Oh mate, I'm so sorry you have to experience this.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Mr. Milchick will explain.
The whole time. Oh, they took my idea, mate. What's that about? Intellectual property. Doesn't matter they got their years before. Doesn't matter. Actually, well, a year? I'm kind of current. Not even that. No, not even that. Sorry, I don't know why I'm arguing.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hurt any?
MDR.
I need to
Yeah.
know what's going on.
Fair.
Right now.
Fair.
And why was he trying to drown me?
Because you're vegan.
Are you saying that she was down here?
Yeah.
Maybe she still is.
Oh, man. Let's not turn against her.
Question!
Excuse me.
No, excuse you. Wait, that's what he said. You know what I mean. You're taking away, again, Milchick, their autonomy as, like, people. Individual people. I'm sorry. I know that he didn't really give it to them at all. It was all a farce, right? This whole, like, reform. Dear God, though. Honestly, guys, keep pressing.
Helena Egan, in her executive capacity, was conducting valuable research.
By stealing my body?
I love how you phrased that. By the way, yeah, absolutely.
He nearly drowned you.
He wasn't going to do that. He was just making, like, come on.
The only option was permanent dismissal.
Call it what it is, you coward.
So he is dead.
Yeah.
No. Audi has departed on an elongated cruise voyage.
I don't give three dry about his Audi.
Nice. Yeah.
He doesn't have the right to take my identity.
Yeah, it's slightly different, isn't it? That's fair. Yeah, he's still trying to judge whether it's her or not. It's going to be so hard to tell for them.
Have you ever heard the story of the Gluckschuppen?
You what, mate? Sorry, say that again.
Have you ever heard the story of the Gluckschuppen?
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. No, I haven't. Go on.
In ancient times, the king of Sweden himself was known to go incognito amongst his people.
Okay.
Hopes of learning the true grievances.
Yeah. This is called the Trojan's horse, yeah. Very appropriate, isn't it?
Gear Egan himself was known to do so in his ether factories, and Miss Egan was carrying on this noble tradition.
No, stop it. Sorry, obviously, we all know that he's making this up to dress it up nicely when, you know, that obviously was not what was going on. We know that. They don't necessarily know that. Doesn't matter, though. And it's slightly different when you bring a severed person into it. The rules are different. They just are. It's not like Undercover Boss, where they're going in a disguise, or you don't know who they are and no one knows, so they're just pretending to be someone else. Pretending to be your severed self, that is someone's, like, different identity. By doing that whole undercover thing, you're creating an identity. You're not taking someone's identity. You know what I mean? Like, what a subversion of what's actually happened here.
It smells like horse
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Irving is still dead.
Yeah.
Cruise voyage, yeah, I know. Is he gonna come back or not?
Answer the question, mate. Oh, bless you. I feel for you, mate.
He is not.
Wow, some actual honesty.
Makes a change, doesn't it?
Murderers.
Nice. Call him out.
This went well.
No. No, it didn't.
Allow me to escort you to MDR.
He is incompetent as well, isn't he? He's not good at his job. We've been seeing that a lot, but we saw that last episode. But he is kind of like just forging ahead, isn't he? Almost falsely confidently saying it went well. And I was going to say that, like, maybe he knows that. I don't think he does. I think he is just a mindless drone because he is a product of this system. That's what it makes, right? If you are at that level and trusted with the kind of thing that Milchick, position that Milchick's got, you have to be mindless to a certain extent. In the same way Cobell is, and she's slightly different now, and we're seeing that. But that's new, right? And she's very tellingly not in the position anymore, which I think says a lot, right? She can't be. She's too individual, she has too much value for herself now. And she was probably wise to walk away, because that's not the kind of person Lumon want in any kind of position of actual, well, I say power, not really power. Milchick's got no power, really. This went well. Maybe he believes it. Maybe he's that clueless. 3 desks. Look at him smiling. God damn it. Yeah. Wow.
I hate it.
Okay. Interesting throwing this in the mix. Because I was saying that Dylan's kind of primed to turn against the gang, but I think the way that it's happened in Irving kind of counters that.
The Ortbo was a challenge for us all in ways expected.
Shut up. Shut up. Wow, really? That's wild.
You mean like Jamie Egan's daughter Gluckschupping us?
Said beautifully, by the way. Probably not, but I liked it.
Words of consequences.
That's how you sound.
I'd hate to rescind certain privileges.
Oh, well, now he's going to have to tell the group. See, he's so incompetent. He has, in Dylan and the thing that the family pack, that is such a special thing to get Dylan onto your side. By saying that, Milchick, in front of these guys, they're going to question now, and it increases the chance that he tells them, and it loses power. You lose that power over him because he can confide in them or they challenge him. And yeah, maybe it's rough to begin with, but at the end of it, they could possibly be stronger for it. And then he perhaps is persuaded, you know, by these guys, they're just trying to butter you up, mate. It's fake. Maybe she's fake. Maybe Gretchen's fake. Maybe they've made it all up, right? I know they haven't, but that's maybe how they might think about it. And there's so many ways in which that can pull Dylan away from Lumon and that trump card that they had with him of the family pack thing. And he just said that, and that's what that did. He's so bad at his job. He's so bad at his job. And I think his characterization and the fact that he is really just does demonstrate what actually these systems make of us, you know, and the kind of person it invites in. The kind of person that it needs.
Let us have a funeral.
Why not?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude. Little help?
Sure, as long as it's quick.
I feel like he's putting together that it was Helena that he had sex with.
Thank you. Not you.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, so we do have a window where actually, perhaps for even a few more episodes, we get Mark not reintegrated. I like that. That's really good. I mean, if you're watching all my videos, you know how I feel about it, and that I feel like they did it too soon. This makes me feel a bit better about it, actually. That it's not immediately taking, and it is going to be gradual. Yeah, you're not going to know what's going on.
Mark?
And you don't trust Helly anymore. Mixed feelings, which, understandable, but you can't blame Helly for it. Be human too, but...
I'm coming in.
Reversed roles. He was doing that with her last season.
You couldn't tell that she wasn't me?
Oh, come on, she was very convincing, mate. You weren't there.
What was she like?
That is rough to hear from Helly. That's fair, because she knows how Helena is.
Like you. You're like her? I don't know.
That is not what she wants to hear.
Who you are, I guess.
Yes, you do.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, none of you really know who you are necessarily, because you're not really been given the opportunity to discover that, right? So it's like, what can you ask somebody? It's like, hey, let's think of a secret phrase or something. I mean, you can do that still. I'm just saying, like, in regards to identity, and they only have experiences in this office, how individual can you really get? Yeah, they absolutely are individual, sure. But it's like, in this context of not being able to tell, and the Glasgow block, we don't know what that does. How much that allowed Helena knowledge of how Helly is. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so much they don't know, but so much I don't know too. Point being, Helly's got every right to be hurt by this and be going the way she is with it emotionally. Absolutely. I do personally think, though, like I say, it's kind of easy. It's easier to imitate a severed worker than it would be someone out in the real world. Because I feel like just by way of people out in the real world have that opportunity to be individual people, they can like this plethora of all of these different things and you know, all of the, it's impossible almost for someone, or it's really much more difficult to imitate that. The room for imitation here is much narrower.
It's not my fault that my Audi hijacked me.
Yeah.
I get it. It sucks.
She doesn't know that you had sex, mate. You should say that.
What happened to you up there?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Do you want to hear what happened to me?
Oh God, yeah, she doesn't even know how the thing went. She doesn't know about the wife? God. She doesn't know anything, Mark. But he's hurting too. He probably feels dirty and ashamed that he had sex with Helena Egan. It's not his fault either. He didn't know. But God, it's messy. It's messy. I kind of love it for that. Trojan's horse. Who was the Trojan's horse?
Well, the affections index for Irving B was in the high 60s.
You measure that. Of course you do.
You shouldn't let them have a funeral. It makes them feel like people.
God. Oh.
It wasn't a question.
You...
It was an opinion.
Yeah.
Unsolicited.
Mate. They've got to her, really, haven't they? That sucks.
Your first performance review is today, right?
Wow, you coming for him? Jeez. Cutthroat, innit?
That was a question.
Wow. The condescension. Dear Lord. It kind of shows his incompetency in a certain way, that he's kind of... I mean, she kind of played him there a little bit. A little bit. And it was pointed out to me in a comment that there was an element of, you know, obviously her station is the one that he had. And the fact that they replaced him with a kid does disrespect him and show how much they valued him. Or value him, right? I don't think particularly value is that high when it comes to how Lumon perceive him. And actually, like, it would be worth mentioning as well, like when he was gifted the paintings, and in that episode I did kind of talk a little bit, but not really fully. I kind of held back a little bit. But there was obviously that look between him and, what's her face, Natalie, of, you know, they kind of almost, there was that element of like, what is this? Like, what the fuck? Just in regard to like the racism inherent in the gifting of those paintings. And I should have tried to like approach it in a certain way, because I did have thoughts of, I remember talking about it in the sense of saying that he liked it, and you know, there was that element of fervor, like religious fervor, while at the same time recognizing at the time that there was like an element of like, what is this? And I think like the look that he was kind of giving, for me at least, watching, could have gone either way. And yeah, I mean, my lived experience as a white man, I just kind of fell back on my ignorance in that sense, and kind of didn't have I guess as much confidence in kind of talking that through as perhaps I should have at the time. And I remember, like, as that video went on, I talked about, you know, the look that they shared, that there was something shaky between them of like, what is this, blah blah blah, you know. And the element in Huang's employment and kind of the connotations you could see it to have in regard to how they disrespect Milchick in a way that they perhaps didn't with Cobell, in the sense that they've replaced him with a child. And I feel like, I'm sorry, some of this does come from a commenter, so thank you for that. But I think it's valid. I think, you know, you see this kind of discrimination all the time. You know, you hear about these sorts of elements of discrimination happening all the time. It's undeniable that people of colour fall prey to that level of discrimination all the time. And I think there is something to be read in the replacing of Seth with a child, and how that does communicate some disrespect for Milchick in what how they feel like that role can be filled, who they fill it with, and almost this comparison of like this association of Milchick with a child, right, in the respect that they're giving him. Why is that? And I think, you know, the racism that you see in the gifting of the picture kind of communicates perhaps where that comes from. Right. It's worth mentioning here because I feel like there's a risk of some people misreading what I've said. I do talk about Seth being incompetent. I mean incompetent in the same way that Cobell was when someone in this institution, in this corporate world, tries to be creative and tries to colour outside of the lines. They can't. They're just bad at it. For the reason I articulated earlier in the video. In regard to this here, it's a different issue. Like, they are not, to be clear, treating Seth differently because of incompetency. They didn't do that to Cobell. They're doing it to him. There's a difference.
Let us each take 9 seconds to silently...
9. Come on.
There. You may now lift your heads and open your eyes.
That's wild.
For the least fun guy in the world, he was really fun. He put the D in contradiction.
Nice. Hey, where's that coming from?
So he put toner in my water cup.
No.
He stopped me before I drank it, though.
Oh, well, good.
Just wanted to make a point, not harm me physically.
Conscientious, we like that.
But I did accidentally take a sip of it later because I forgot he said that.
It's kind of on you, to be fair.
He asked me for help with something near the end, and I didn't listen.
Come on, man, you can't blame yourself.
He was awesome, and I miss him.
Nice.
A little sugar with your usual salt.
Okay.
Briefly partake in Irving's fruit
No,
head.
come on, that's silly. That's crazy.
Of the Black Beauty watermelon of Malaysia.
Oh, God.
Miss Wong.
You need to leave that alone, mate, okay? We're all freaked out enough by you, I'm sorry. Yeah, honestly, the temptation to smash it. Nothing against Irv, I'm so sorry, but do you know what I mean?
But I
You
practice.
can play your piece for me later.
Oh, some infighting then, eh? She's coming for you, man. I'm scared of her. Out of their head, beautiful.
You okay?
How about you?
Nice, thank you, yeah. Can we give Helly a little bit? I realise the focus is on
You're not staying?
I gotta get to work. I mean, isn't it kind of over?
he's hurting.
Why don't you give a
Because he's not dead, he's just not here.
Oh, wow. Oh, I mean, is some of that Mark from outside coming in? That's very much how Mark from, you know, maybe he's changed a little bit in how he thinks about it, but that's an opinion he held, and maybe the bleed effect of one into the other is some of this too, because I was kind of putting it down to him obviously hurting from the sex thing, and that's a very violating thing to now obviously learn, and these guys don't know about it, so, but it could be the reintegration too. maybe all of it. What he just said there, I don't think Mark S. would have said that. Hurting or no, I think it's the reintegration. Bit of a shame that it's kind of making him worse.
My Audi's wife, but sure, pretty crazy.
Can we all catch each other up, guys? Come on.
We're not gonna do anything. Yes, seriously.
Man, it's kind of exacerbating everything that she's almost been reset. I know she's not been reset, but the fact that she's come in and this is her first time. She needs to be caught up with it all. Do you know what I mean? And now he's in this place where obviously what happened last episode happened. Also reintegration's happening, but now she's kind of reset and she needs to be brought up to speed again. And the work that needs to be done in catching her up and telling her what we're doing here now, that's been lost, which is, like I said, exacerbating, I feel like, all of the other things happening with Mark, which means that we're not getting anything done. What an organic series of events to, God, allow Lumon to kind of win, actually.
We'll work as a team.
Yeah, she's ready.
Because they are smarter than us. They know everything.
Yeah.
All of it. They know everything we're doing because Helena told them.
Yeah, true.
I'm not her.
Oh, man.
I'm me.
And how do I know that?
Look at this shot, by the way. Sorry, I just, like, it's almost like Mark fading. The inside version of Mark, look at it. Fading. The inside version of, it's not fading, but he's merging, which inevitably means that, you know, the Mark that we're getting is going to change. It's going to be a combination of those two people, and it's going to, I feel like he's going to be unrecognizable as outside Mark or inside Mark. He's going to be someone new. I feel like that's probably how reintegration, like that's just how I would see it, and I can imagine that happening. And this shot here, him like fading, is so poignant for that. I feel like, and horrifying to think about. We're losing him, and I think, you know, the dialogue and the way that he's talking, I think, is a result of that too. Obviously, everything that's happened, and, you know, what he just said. You know, she knows everything. They're watching everything. They know all of it. What's the point? But also the reintegration, and yeah, what a scary image. There is something sad about reintegration, really, isn't there? There's almost a loss of two people in a way. And what another example of like how monstrous Severance is, because this is arguably one of the better results of it. I mean, actually now it's kind of making me think that it's not, actually, and maybe perhaps it's more ethical to give both versions time, which I talked about a couple episodes ago. As opposed to reintegration, I don't know actually if this is the best option, which is something I did talk about, and yeah, I'm kind of going back on it a little bit.
You just have to trust me.
It's got to take a leap. This is the messy territory you kind of start to get into with Severance.
Not everything here is a lie.
Yeah, but you can understand from his perspective why he would start to doubt it.
Your first performance review as department chief. Excited?
Very much so.
You want to tell your face?
The paintings.
Oh, hello.
I want you to understand I am grateful for them.
Right, you were acknowledging the little thing you had.
I was just wondering if you could share with me a little how you felt when you received.
Yeah, and that, I'm glad that I mentioned it because it's getting brought back up. And I think it's important to talk about. It's interesting how there is an element of, as much as they're, like, these two are insinuated into the company in the way they are, there is an element of them having to reject their identity to fit in, which I feel like is very allegorical. You know, you see that all the time. Whether it's black folks having to change the way they speak, whether it's them having to change their hair or hide their hair, cut off their hair, whatever it might be. And this rejection of, yeah, like I say, how they are, who they are. There is something inherently racist about that. And I think with this kind of element to the story, we're getting that. And how they do just have to, you know, there was that look in that episode. And both of them, there was a moment of like, are we going to say anything? And what do we do? What are we going to, what's the decision here? Is Seth going to say something? Are you just going to blindly go along with it? Or are there going to be inklings of Seth breaking out of this from that avenue of things? And I'm interested to see, and it'd be nice because I feel like Seth has been up until this point very one note in a certain way. Don't get me wrong, beautiful performance by Trammell. Really nicely played, really nicely acted, but the character himself has been very one note, and this really changes that up, and I think it's really appropriate for season 2. Trojan's horse, so is he almost going to become the Trojan horse? Is that what we're alluding to here? That could be interesting.
Our experiences here have been similar in some ways. We face similar challenges.
Okay.
And perhaps the paintings and the somewhat complicated feelings they evoke
Wow, okay, he's beating around the bush in the sense of being careful around the board. I mean, God, you got to assume they're not listening, but he's being careful, but he is kind of saying it.
Feelings they evoke.
And that beautifully delivered line from him, because there's vulnerability in the way he says that.
Somewhat complicated feelings they evoke.
The way that his voice tilts up a little bit, it's beautiful. That vulnerability.
Mr. Drummond's waiting.
Right, she's not feeling it.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, put that back on, didn't you?
Sorry I let you down.
No, come on. Well, I guess the way he sees it is if he got on board, maybe Irving wouldn't have had to do what he did to get her to admit it, and he'd still be here. I can understand where Dylan's coming from, but you can't beat yourself up about it, mate. What are we doing? Oh, hang in there. Oh, that's what he said, wasn't it? Irving. Yeah. Okay. Damn. Okay.
Today I will be conducting your monthly performance review.
Oh, is this voice guy?
This review can take anywhere from 2 to 6 hours depending on the
What?
number of atonements and approbation.
Mate, that's that's crazy. 2 to 6. That's a crazy amount of differentiation of how long these meetings can be. That's crazy talk, mate.
Well, I hope that won't be necessary.
Sorry, 2 hours is crazy as a minimum, by the way.
The lunch menu.
Okay. The sheer amount of things that you can mess up that increases the time by 4+ hours.
The gift of cure paintings with grace.
Okay, got away with it.
Your attendance and urinalysis are...
Urinalysis? Sorry, what? I swear to God, the more that these people talk, the crazier it gets. How's that possible, right? Because we're season 2 and there's been some crazy shit. That's impressive.
3 contentions reported.
Oh.
Oh?
That's what I said, mate.
Uses too many big words.
Is that Huang? That's Huang.
Well, perchance I may colloquially employ...
We heard after the lunch break.
Right.
Paperclip was installed back to front,
Really?
which led to a confusion as to where in the document to begin reading.
Are you dumb?
But the bulk of our day will revolve around the following.
I don't know how you're making that hairstyle work, mate, but you look phenomenal. What's that about? Do you know, is it maybe the voice is carrying it? I don't really know. But goddamn, do you know what I mean? That's power.
You instituted kindness reforms that seemed to have in no way deterred curiosity or idling.
It's true. It meant that you had to let them pursue those.
An outdoor retreat and team-building occurrence.
Wow, that was all him.
Termination of one employee.
Yeah.
And the discovery of the true identity of another at great risk and harm to the Egan name.
Damn. I think Seth's genuine, though. I think he thinks he's doing good. And he thinks he's doing the best he can with what he's got. And I don't think he thinks he's awful in some of the things that he says. Doesn't excuse him, but there's something to be said for that.
Mark Scout's completion of Cold Harbor will be remembered as one of the greatest moments in the history of this planet.
What?
It's quite a legacy, you will leave.
What is going on with it then? What's Cold Harbor? Come on.
I think it's time to go back to the basics, Seth.
Yeah, he's going to have to be safe, at least from his perspective.
And to treat them as what they really are.
Oh man, okay. He uses too many big words in the paper. The thing is so stupid. Oh. You're losing time. Yeah, and that performance review really just highlights as well how little power Milchick has, too.
Tightening the leash.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Mark.
Oh.
I see you left work 6 minutes early. May I come in?
Oh, no. It's very close, mate.
How was the rest of the funeral? Did you get what you needed from it?
Yeah, sure. That newspaper you showed me, what was it called again? The Bullshit Gazette?
Wow, yeah. He's only going to get more cynical.
Forward to some productive work days ahead.
Putting the numbers in the thing.
I am kind of here for this cynicism and this attitude.
Whatever you say, Mr. Milchick. Praise cure.
Yeah, that's going to come from his reintegration. Oh, kiss. Sorry, that shouldn't be my go-to, probably. Well, maybe it should be.
Did you and Helly catch up?
Oh.
Did you tell her that you her Audi at the Orpo?
All right, we're going hard.
Leader in waiting of this company.
Yeah, so she is leader in waiting. Okay, she's destined for the top.
Have a restful evening.
Oh, God. Yeah, this is a new Milchick, isn't it?
The workers were diligent, pleasantly surprised. I know
Watching him.
your sovereign boss may own the clock that greets you from the wall, but you get to enjoy its ticking and thus should be happy.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Babe, it's the literal opposite of what you were saying before.
Thank good.
I see how you'd feel that way.
It's not about feel.
That Nat made was...
Okay.
We're going to see a split from you two.
Environment of structure, then they are more open to self-expansion.
This sounds like Lumon's language.
It's a Trojan's horse.
Okay.
I can get my ideas to severed workers all across the world. It might beget a revolution.
Not in this way.
But these aren't your ideas.
It's kind of showing how figures like Rickon can be, I don't want to say manipulated, but misguided. Because he just wants to help. But I think he's being too gentle. And I think, sometimes that is a pitfall that you can fall down as someone who's progressive, someone on the left, right? I think, one of the greatest strengths of those on the left is their empathy and their softness, right? Sensitivity. But it can be taken advantage of. And you kind of got to be careful of that, right? Or you can kind of maybe, I don't know, take it too far. Or hedge too much, give too much. Because, and that's the thing, I feel like so often those on the left will maybe be tempted or want to beget some kind of change or make some kind of ground towards a better future. It might not be the future that they want, but an incrementally better future than the one we have now, which is still perhaps bad. I do feel like those on the left are more inclined to, like I say, be reasonable, because I think those on the right aren't. And so it's so hard, I feel like, when you're kind of engaging with that element and those two kind of sides, for lack of a better term, who are kind of coming at loggerheads, it perhaps, I think, more often can be the case that the left give more than perhaps is wise. It's not always that, the case by any means, but I think if one side is going to give over the other, I think it is the left over the right, because the right just don't budge. That's what makes it so difficult. They don't listen. They don't, you know what I mean? They're not willing to have a discussion. They just want to repeat points and keep bludgeoning you with the same points until you agree. There's only so much you can kind of do against that, right? And so, bless him, I think he's been exploited, and I think his empathy and sensitivity and willingness and desire to do better and change things for the better and do good, I think that part of him has been exploited. It can happen, does happen, and yeah. I mean, that's my reading of what's going on here a little bit. And he maybe needs Devon to kind of put him back on the track, or point him to the fact that by giving so much and compromising so much, he's lost any kind of identity and actually what he was fighting for in the first place.
Lumon hurts people, you know that. And if you want to water down your work so they can...
Water down your work, yeah.
Then you're hurting people too.
I will reflect on...
Yeah.
This is a fiscal...
Fiscal. Oh, don't sell out, dude. Sorry, I just want to go back and listen to the thing that she read out.
The workers were diligent, focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, working, focused on the task at hand.
Your sovereign boss.
Sovereign boss. Your boss is a monarch.
Then they are more open to self-expansion.
Yeah, you've been tricked, mate, to get into later do the thing. But once that you've got in and done your work, they don't need you anymore.
So they can use it for their propaganda, then you're hurting people too.
She's spot on.
And I'm not inclined to just walk away from it.
You gotta choose dignity and what you actually want to achieve, mate.
Copies of my book and the life that manages to give us has somehow lost its appeal for you.
Ooh, he's being tempted by that goal that we're all teased by, that keeps us in this system, and even, tempts good people that see the problems and the flaws in the system. Riches, financial security, not just financial security, but so much money and security for the rest of your life that you never have to worry about it again. But at the cost of what? At the cost of everything. Really?
Whatever, I'm gonna go to bed.
Devon, you gotta put words to it, mate.
No, thank you.
This is gonna split them up if it keeps going like this, I feel like. Because he's gonna change, he's changing as a person. Yeah, what's the move now?
It's me again. They fired me.
Who's this? Regabi?
I'm telling you to...
Oh.
Hey!
Yeah, I gotta confront him, really.
Why are you following me?
But
I got this thing when somebody shows up on my doorstep. I want to know why. Call it a quirk.
You are a quirky little fella. I love you for it, though.
You're with Lumon.
So are you.
Why were you at my house the other night?
God, it's only been a few days. It's crazy, isn't it? You forget.
It wasn't you at all, was it?
Nah, we're clocking on.
I got canned a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
My innie had an unsanctioned erotic entanglement.
Wow.
They wouldn't tell me who.
Well, let's work it out, shall we? Come on.
You show up at my door.
Put the puzzle piece together, friend.
You think we were an item?
Why not?
Well, Fields certainly thinks so. We had to cancel our trip to Milwaukee. Thanks for that.
Oh, God. Come on.
And I'm sorry I came at you just now.
Let's work it out with a kiss. Hey, sorry. No, you're married. I'm sorry. I refuse to call it a bad instinct, though. More people should kiss, that's all I'm saying.
Maybe you could, I don't know. What?
Put it in, see how it feels. I'm so sorry.
We got a hand. We're planning to have it tomorrow.
Will feels like that.
We could sit down, talk through it all.
Like mature people, yes, I love that.
You, me, and Fields.
That's the one, yeah. What a messy little situation, I love it.
Great.
Let's see that, please.
We like red wine. Expensive.
Oh, pour it on me. Why, sorry.
You need a lift?
Yeah, from somewhere, sorry. He means a car.
I know where you live. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Sweet. It continues. We love that. Hey. Wow, so they fired him because of the romance. Come on. God damn it. Yeah, very excited to see where Bert and Irving go. The dynamic. Are they going to demand... Are they going to be the flagship, actually, for perhaps trying to access their inside selves in the outside world? Is that going to be a new movement? Is it going to be as a result of, you know, their dynamic, I wonder?
That her?
Oh, well, supposedly, huh?
What I thought was her.
Yeah.
Who's in there?
They know people at the morgue.
Of course they do.
You good on snacks?
For now.
Yeah. Interesting, the little kind of, you know, she's Petey, right? In the basement, he's singing to her. But the situation's reversed. He's the one going through the sickness.
Are they hurting her?
We should find out what Ragabi knows.
I don't know.
Okay, not much. Fair.
You're outie.
What?
Okay.
You're out in less than 20 seconds.
Here we go. Yeah, his symptoms are picking up, aren't they?
You're outie.
Yeah, things are going to kick up another notch when actually the reintegration takes. He's going to gain a lot of power, do that. Because, I mean, the inside mark isn't quite getting the focus and the motivation of the outside mark yet. I feel like it is just vague personality stuff.
Once captured a butterfly.
Ooh. Yeah. Can we tell me about the butterfly? Did he let it go? Like, don't finish the story. Please. Oh. Oh, bless him. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Yeah, very interesting, eh? Yeah, I mean, wait and see. That's all we can kind of do. But yeah, some really interesting implications this episode. All the stuff with Seth Milchick, I'm very excited for his character in a way that I wasn't. You know, I think there's an extra dynamic now, an extra layer to him now. It'll be interesting to see where he goes. And also with reintegration, I feel like there's so much mystery, but also so much kind of the feeling in me of like, I'm excited to see how this all goes. You know, it's going to be interesting to see actually if that can kind of carry the series out, like this season, sorry, because I was talking a lot at the beginning of this season of they need to start telling me things, and they're not. But I think they're doing a very good job so far of kind of making sure that the content of the episodes are interesting enough, whether by the end of, you know, season 2 and whatever we get, I'll feel satisfied or not. Yeah, we'll see. It's interesting how they are still straddling that line of not telling me anything, but there's enough kind of interesting character depth to kind of keep me going with, right? And you can only run, I think, the reintegration stuff so long, though. I feel like there's got to be, like, it's got to take in the next couple episodes with Mark. Maybe not next episode, maybe the one after that. I mean, what does that take us to? This was 6, 7... Oh, God. 7, 8. So there's not many episodes left, actually, now that I think about it. Sorry, 6, 7, actually. Sorry, because the way that I'm looking at it's weird. Yeah, not many episodes left. So, yeah. I feel like the reintegration has probably, like, properly got to take in the next 2 episodes. I don't think you can, like, really stretch that out for longer. So it's like, where are we going to go after that? I imagine things start to pick up pace-wise at that point, because he's, like I said, going to get all the motivation of the outside self. Miss Casey, Gemma, she's not been in it at all. We got to go looking for her, which means we're probably going to go downstairs. We got the tease, was it last episode? Or this one, of the guy coming out. Who's he? His face was hidden. So there's still a lot of mystery, and it is kind of impressive to a certain extent how they are still kind of teasing you, but giving you interesting things that are keeping me in the moment going and intrigued, and to the point that the mystery isn't bothering me. I do honestly think they can't do that the entire season. Still, this is what I mean. Still a wait and see moment. Anyway, anyway, I can talk myself silly and keep talking about it forever, probably. And keep going back and forth. But I mean, there's nothing more to say. There is just, let's watch the rest of it and see where we go. So I'll end the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe down below if you haven't already. Like the video. Please do consider leaving a comment. That helps the video out. Thank you, as always, to my patrons, my YouTube members. Thank you so much for your support. There are some links down below if you want to support me further. Early access to all my videos. If you can't wait for next week, in the next episode, early access will have probably a couple at least ahead. My gaming channel down in the description below too. I'm playing Alien Isolation if you're interested, but all that said and done, that's one more Severance down. We are getting kind of close now ish to finishing season 2, but yeah, next week will be episode 6, so make sure to tune in for that. But hey, have a great rest of your week, and until next time, see ya.